God says, there are only 30 minutes left for something that will shake your heart awake. Heaven has been trying to reach you again and again, and every time you scrolled past the signs, the angels whispered, "Please look, please stop, please feel." But you didn't. And now Archangel Michael is crying loudly, not because he is angry, but because he loves you more deeply than you understand. He has stood beside you through every betrayal, every silent tear, every night you thought you were alone. But tonight is not like other nights. Heaven says this message is your moment of awakening. The truth that was hidden is about to come out. God says you must not take this lightly. The clock of destiny is moving, and something connected to your life is unfolding faster than you think. You are safe, you are protected, but you need to listen now. You have always wondered why certain people walked away when you gave them your heart, why some situations felt like traps instead of blessings, why peace kept slipping through your hands no matter how much you prayed. Heaven says, every unanswered prayer, every delay, every heartbreak was never to destroy you. It was to prepare you for this confession that is about to be revealed to you. The person you trusted with your emotions has spoken, and what they confessed will change how you see everything. Archangel Michael is crying because he knows you were always genuine, always giving, always forgiving, even when people played with your light. And yet, you doubted yourself. You thought maybe you were too emotional, too kind, too naive. But God says no, my child, your compassion was never weakness. It was the reflection of my own heart living in you. You were chosen to love differently, to heal differently, to feel differently. That's why your soul attracts both light and darkness, because your presence awakens what others hide. Now God says there is something that person could no longer carry. The guilt became heavy, and the truth started to burn their conscience. In silence, they confessed. The angels witnessed it. And what they said shocked heaven itself. You always sensed something was off, the late replies, the strange coincidences, the missing pieces in their words. You brushed it off as imagination, but your intuition was never wrong. The divine says, what you felt was real. And the one who hurt you didn't mean to, but they fell into temptation, confusion, and fear. They hid something from you that could have changed the course of your connection long ago. But now, that truth has reached heaven's ears. Archangel Michael is kneeling, his sword trembling with light, whispering your name in prayer. He says you must not break when you hear this truth. You must not collapse into pain or anger. You must rise in grace, for your destiny is much greater than your wounds. You were meant to go through this season because the divine wanted to reveal who was truly for you and who was pretending. Heaven says, the masks are falling off. The person you once defended in front of everyone has finally confessed behind closed doors, and they named you. But before you panic, God says, breathe. You are not in danger. You are not cursed. You are safe in divine hands. The truth being revealed is not meant to destroy you, it's meant to free you. You've carried emotional chains for too long, waiting for clarity. You begged God, please just show me what's real. That prayer has been answered. The angels have opened the book of truth. Archangel Michael says he tried to send you signs before. Through sudden chills when their name came up, through repeated numbers at 11:11 and 3:33, through dreams where you saw shadows and didn't understand their meaning. Every sign was a warning that heaven was preparing you for this revelation. And tonight, 30 minutes before divine exposure, Michael cries not because of punishment, but because he feels the gravity of what's coming. The tears of an archangel are sacred, they fall only when love meets truth. God says, "My child, you have endured enough. You have suffered quietly while pretending to be strong for others. You've been betrayed by those you prayed for, mocked by those you blessed, and left by those you healed. But I saw it all. I counted every tear that hit your pillow. I never turned away when you cried alone. Even when you thought I was silent, I was writing your redemption story in secret. The reason you are receiving this message now is because the season of confusion is ending. What was hidden in the dark is being pulled into the light. There is a person, someone close, someone who smiled at you as if nothing was wrong. But deep down, they knew they owed you the truth. The truth they finally confessed reached heaven before it reached your ears. The angels are not revealing everything at once because your heart must be ready. That's why Michael weeps, because your heart is pure, and he knows the shock may pierce you. But God says, you will not break. You will rise. This confession involves not just betrayal, but destiny. The person's words have set a chain of spiritual events into motion. What they confessed has freed something inside you that was tied by their deception. The heavens say that once the truth fully comes to you, your energy will shift so powerfully that even your enemies will feel it. You will not chase closure anymore, closure will find you. You will not seek validation, the universe itself will validate you. God says, your life is about to turn from silent suffering to divine elevation. The same people who mocked your faith will witness miracles around your name. The same ones who doubted your worth will watch you become what they said you could never be. But to reach that moment, you must not skip this message again. You have done that before, ignoring the whispers, saying, maybe later. But heaven warns, not this time. If you ignore this message, the pain will continue to repeat in cycles. You are being called to listen with your spirit, not your logic. You are being told to prepare your heart. The confession is already on its way to you, through words, through a message, through a meeting that will feel like fate. God says when it happens, you must not react in anger. You must listen calmly, for divine justice has already begun. The one who wronged you is being moved to tears even now. Their soul trembles because they know they hurt someone heaven loves deeply. They are ready to speak, and when they do, heaven will stand still. Michael says he has protected you from attacks you never even saw. There were people speaking against your name, trying to turn others away from you. But every word they spoke fell back on them. The reason you are still standing is because heaven refused to let their lies define your story. You have divine favor covering you, even when you didn't see it. God says, do not worry about revenge. The truth itself is your justice. The divine exposure will be so perfect that you won't need to prove anything. You'll simply watch as the truth speaks louder than your pain. Every person who misunderstood you will see why you acted the way you did. Every person who left you will realize they walked away from a blessing. Every person who betrayed you will experience the weight of what they lost. And you, the one reading this, you will feel peace return like a sunrise after a storm. For years, you've carried emotional storms that no one saw. You smiled in public while bleeding in silence. But heaven says that era is ending. You are stepping into divine calm. The reason you're still alive after everything is because your purpose is not complete. You were chosen to reveal what grace looks like under pressure. Michael says he cannot hold his tears because your destiny is shining brighter than ever before, and he knows how much you suffered to get here. He cries for the years you were misunderstood, the times you prayed with trembling hands, the nights you thought of giving up. He cries because he knows how powerful you are, and yet how often you doubted that power. He's not leaving you, he's closer now than ever. His wings are wrapped around your home, your heart, your journey. God says, in the next few hours, your spirit will sense something shifting. You may feel emotional for no reason. You may feel like crying or suddenly remembering someone. That's not coincidence, it's divine confirmation that the confession is close. Heaven wants you to stay calm. Pray. Breathe. Trust. Don't chase answers. Let them come to you. The person who confessed didn't plan to. They were caught by divine timing. Their words slipped out in front of the right person, and heaven used that moment to begin your breakthrough. The truth is moving toward you like a wave. You can't stop it, but you can prepare for it. God says, "Be still, my child." What's about to come will hurt, but it will heal you in ways you never imagined. You will not lose yourself in this. You will find yourself. You will not fall apart, you will expand. This confession will not be your ending. It will be your rebirth. Everything that felt lost will return in divine form. The relationships that crumbled will make sense. The silence will speak. The distance will close in divine alignment. God says, I am rewriting your story. Those who laughed will soon whisper in awe. Those who doubted your prayers will soon ask how you made it. You will tell them, I trusted even when I didn't understand. Heaven is proud of you for surviving what others couldn't. You didn't lose faith, even when faith felt heavy. You didn't stop loving, even when love betrayed you. That's why this miracle belongs to you. Michael says you are not ordinary. You are divinely coded to rise after every fall. The reason people test you is because they sense your spiritual authority. But soon, they will see you not as someone to use, but someone to honor. The confession will humble many and exalt you. It will prove that love is stronger than lies, that truth is stronger than manipulation, and that light is stronger than darkness. Heaven says, you don't have to fight anymore. You don't have to beg anyone to see your worth. The divine exposure will speak louder than your explanations ever could. When it happens, just smile quietly. The same Archangel who wept tonight will rejoice for you tomorrow. His tears will turn into laughter. His sorrow will turn into your celebration. God says, I am not late. I am precise. Every delay had purpose. Every rejection redirected you. Every heartbreak was a divine filter removing those who couldn't handle your destiny. The person who confessed, though they hurt you, is part of your awakening. They are the key that unlocks your next chapter. And after this truth comes out, your blessings will flow without resistance. You are stepping into an era of divine justice, divine wealth, divine love. You are safe. You are protected. You are not forgotten. Heaven has been silent only because they were preparing the grand reveal. The curtain is about to open. Michael says, don't let fear guide you, let faith guide you. When the confession reaches your ears, you'll understand why God allowed it all. You'll see how pain became purpose. You'll see how betrayal became redirection. You'll see that every unanswered prayer was actually divine protection. God says, my child, wipe your tears. You have no idea what's coming. You think this is the end, but this is the breakthrough. You think this is loss, but this is elevation. The one who confessed might beg for your forgiveness. The choice will be yours, to release them or embrace them again. But whatever you choose, choose peace. Choose yourself. Choose healing. Heaven says, 30 minutes may feel short in earthly time, but in spiritual time, it's enough for a miracle to manifest. Archangel Michael's tears are falling like blessings over you now. Every tear he sheds becomes protection for you. Every cry he releases becomes a shield around your destiny. You are divinely guarded. No weapon formed against you will prosper. You are being asked to trust, not to panic. The truth will liberate you, not imprison you. The next few moments of your life are sacred. Stay calm, stay faithful, stay ready. God is about to turn your tears into testimony. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are loved. You are chosen. Heaven's plan for you is unfolding perfectly. All you have to do is believe. My child, there are moments when heaven can no longer stay silent, when the cry of an angel breaks through the stillness of the night because you have refused to listen. Tonight, Archangel Michael's tears echo across the heavens. He has been calling you, softly at first, then urgently, then with the power of thunder, but you have pushed away the signs, the numbers, the whispers, and the miracles that tried to reach your heart. Now, there are only 30 minutes left for you to open your soul to what you are about to hear, because after this, nothing in your life will ever be the same again. This is not a warning born out of fear, it is a divine awakening designed to shift the course of your destiny. Heaven has seen what was done behind your back. God has heard the secret confession that someone made about you, and the truth will not remain hidden any longer. You have been sensing it, haven't you? That restlessness in your chest, that heavy feeling when you try to sleep, that pull in your spirit when you see the number 777 or when you feel a sudden chill while praying. Those are not coincidences. Those are angelic alarms, gentle reminders that the time is near for a revelation that has been waiting to reach you since the day you cried out for help. You might have forgotten that prayer, but heaven did not. Archangel Michael remembers every tear that fell from your eyes. Every time you whispered, "God, I can't take this anymore," Michael stood beside you, sword drawn, waiting for the command from the Father to intervene. But before he could act, you turned away, distracted by fear, doubt, and disbelief. Still, he did not abandon you. Even when you skipped his signs, even when you ignored the inner voice that said, "Open this message," he stayed close, fighting for you in silence. Now his patience has turned to sorrow, and his sorrow has become a loud cry that shook the gates of heaven. Michael is not crying because you failed him, he is crying because you keep underestimating what God is doing in your life. He is crying because there is a person, someone you once trusted, someone who stood close to you, who has finally confessed something shocking, something that changes everything. You need to hear this before the clock runs out, because it will determine the next chapter of your destiny. Heaven has decided that you will no longer walk blind through betrayal. You will no longer be manipulated by those who wear masks of kindness while speaking evil about you behind your back. The confession reached heaven first. It came from a heart tormented by guilt, a person who could no longer carry the burden of deception. They tried to hide the truth for months, maybe years, but the weight of what they did to you has been eating them alive. In their tears, they cried out for forgiveness, but before they could find peace, God instructed the angels to expose what was hidden. That is why your spirit has been uneasy lately. That is why Archangel Michael has been crying louder than ever, because the truth is about to be delivered to you, and your reaction will change everything. God says, "My child, I have watched you endure quietly. You have walked through pain that others could not survive. You kept loving people who secretly prayed for your downfall. You kept giving to those who only took from you. You kept trusting people who smiled at your face and lied behind your back. But I was there, keeping count, watching every act of betrayal. I saw when they tried to take what was meant for you. I saw when they mocked your name in secret meetings. I saw when they tried to curse you with words of jealousy and doubt. And I have decided, no more. No more silent endurance. No more hidden lies. No more manipulation through guilt. The season of confusion is ending, and truth is coming to your doorstep before the next hour passes. There is a reason you were drawn to this message right now. You could have ignored it again, like before, but this time something in your spirit would not let you scroll away. That was Michael's hand stopping you. That was the Holy Spirit whispering, "Stay here. Read this. This is for you." You see, my child, when heaven sends a warning, it is not to frighten you but to free you. This is your divine moment of awakening. You have 30 minutes to prepare your heart, to quiet your fears, to breathe deeply and let go of resistance, because the truth that is coming will not destroy you, it will deliver you. The person who confessed your name is trembling right now. They have seen visions in their sleep, dreams of fire, light, and judgment. Their conscience could no longer keep the secret. They confessed to someone they trusted, thinking it would stay hidden, but the spiritual realm carried their words directly to the throne of God. The confession was about something they did, or allowed to happen, that affected your destiny. Maybe they blocked an opportunity, spread lies about you, or used your kindness for their own gain. Maybe they tried to turn someone you love against you. Whatever it was, heaven recorded it, and the time for exposure has come. Archangel Michael has been standing guard over you, holding back dark forces that were sent through deceitful words. Each time you felt sudden sadness, confusion, or exhaustion, it was not random. It was energy projected toward you through envy and manipulation. But Michael's wings covered you. He shielded you from accidents, from emotional breakdowns, from decisions that could have destroyed your divine path. He wept, not because you were weak, but because you refused to believe how powerful your connection to heaven truly is. You are not a victim, you are chosen. You were never meant to live small, silent, or afraid. You were meant to rise, to rule, to restore balance to your bloodline. But first, the truth must set you free. God says, "I am revealing this not to punish, but to purify." Every person attached to your destiny who has been pretending, every false friend who smiled while secretly planning your downfall, every voice that tried to silence your intuition, they are being stripped of access to your life. You may feel sudden distance from certain people, unexpected silence, or endings that seem painful but necessary. That is heaven's hand removing the masks. It will hurt, but it will also heal. What was stolen from you, peace, time, joy, opportunities, will begin to return. And when it does, you will understand why Michael cried tonight. There is something you must do before the 30 minutes are over. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and say quietly, God, I am ready to know the truth. Then ask Archangel Michael to stand beside you. You may feel a presence, a warmth, a sudden calm. That is him. He has been waiting for this permission. You must understand, angels cannot interfere with free will unless invited. Each time you ignored the signs, you delayed divine timing. Each time you skipped the message, you kept yourself in the fog of confusion. But now that you are listening, heaven rejoices. The angels gather around, because the chains that held your destiny are breaking in real time. God says, I will not let you live in deception any longer. The confession that was made about you has already reached divine judgment. The person responsible will face their consequences, not because I desire their pain, but because I desire your peace. I will restore what was lost, God says this message cannot wait any longer. There are only 30 minutes left before something irreversible shifts in the spiritual atmosphere around you. Archangel Michael is crying loudly, and his tears are not of anger, but of heartbreak, because each time he tried to reach you, you delayed, you doubted, you walked away thinking you had more time. But heaven is declaring now, this is not a joke, and this message is not ordinary. It is urgent. Something sacred is unfolding in your favor, but it requires your awareness, your surrender, your willingness to finally say, God, I hear you, and I will not skip this again. The truth that is about to be revealed to you will change the way you see yourself, your destiny, and every person connected to you. There has been a confession whispered in the realm of spirit. Someone who once hid their guilt, their pain, and their true feelings about you has finally confessed. And heaven has heard it. What they said about you, what they admitted, has moved heaven itself. For months, the angels have been circling this person, waiting for the moment they would break down and tell the truth. And now, finally, it has happened. God is saying to you right now, you will never be the same after this moment. For so long, you have wondered why you felt restless in your spirit, why certain memories replayed in your dreams, why you sometimes heard your name in the quiet hours of the night. That was not your imagination. It was Archangel Michael standing beside you, trying to wake you up, trying to show you that something hidden was about to be revealed. Every skipped message, every ignored nudge, was another moment his voice trembled. He loves you, he fights for you, and he cannot bear to see you walking in confusion any longer. God says, "My child, this person who has confessed something about you once betrayed the love you carried. They spoke lies in secret, they envied what I placed in you, but guilt has consumed them. They can no longer bear the silence. Their heart broke under the weight of truth, and they cried out for forgiveness. What they said in that confession has shifted spiritual laws around your destiny. The shame that once followed you, the doubt that once hovered above your name, is now dissolving. The angels are moving fast right now, repositioning your blessings, realigning your timeline. You are being prepared for an encounter that will shock your heart into awakening. The person who confessed did not realize how deep the damage of their silence had gone. They didn't know that every unspoken truth delayed your healing, your confidence, and your peace. But God saw it all. He saw every tear you shed when no one believed you, every prayer you whispered when it felt like heaven was quiet. And now, heaven answers loudly. Archangel Michael's voice echoes, trembling with love, "Do not skip this again. This is your moment of redemption." His sword of truth has struck through the chains of deception that kept you bound. He is showing you names, faces, moments, things that once confused you now start to make sense. He is reminding you of times when your spirit felt heavy for no reason, when certain people's presence drained you. That was not random. Those were warnings. You were surrounded by energies that didn't wish you well, and the divine realm was trying to pull you away from them gently. You are entering a divine shift now. 30 minutes left. Heaven speaks in urgency because spiritual time is not like human time. When God says, 30 minutes left, it means your window of awakening is open right now. If you embrace faith, you align with what heaven is doing. If you ignore it, the lesson delays, and the angels weep again. But God, in His mercy, keeps giving you chances. And this is the most important yet. The confession that has been made concerns someone you once loved deeply, trusted without limits, and defended even when others warned you. They finally spoke about what they did, or what they hid, and heaven has taken their words as an act of surrender. They were tormented by guilt, they couldn't escape the conviction in their spirit. And now, God says their confession opens a door for your breakthrough. What once blocked your blessings is being lifted. The unseen resistance, the unexplained delays, they are crumbling. But here's what heaven also wants you to know: do not harden your heart. Forgiveness is your key. You are not being asked to return to what hurt you, but to release it so that your spirit can fly free. The angels cannot pour abundance into hands that still clutch pain. They are waiting for you to say, "I forgive, I release, I trust God's justice." And the moment you say that from your heart, divine energy will rush into your life like never before. You will notice signs in the next few hours, flashes of light, sudden memories, messages repeating numbers like 1111 or 777. You may hear a name in your spirit or see a feather appear in a strange place. These are confirmations that Archangel Michael is near, verifying that heaven's truth is reaching you. When you see them, whisper, "I receive the truth God reveals to me. I trust, I surrender." God is speaking softly now, "My child, you have been walking through spiritual storms. People thought you were weak because you kept choosing peace, but I saw that as your strength. You could have exposed them, but you waited on me. You could have fought back in anger, but you prayed instead. And now, because you stayed faithful, I am turning every secret conversation against you into a testimony in your favor. What was said in darkness is being brought into light, not to shame you but to free you. The person who confessed about you, heaven says they spoke words that even they didn't plan to speak. The Holy Spirit moved through them. They broke down in tears and revealed the truth to someone of authority, someone who will now act to restore your name. This act of confession has ignited a chain reaction in the spiritual and physical world. You will soon receive a message, a call, or a sign confirming that something you lost will be returned, that something you were denied will now be granted. Archangel Michael cries not because you failed, but because you almost gave up before your reward. He saw you doubting your worth, feeling forgotten, and he wept because he knew how close your victory was. He shouted your name in heaven, pleading for one more chance to reach you, to pull you out of disbelief. And now, heaven grants that grace again. This is your sign to believe once more, to expect miracles again, to know that you were never abandoned. You are safe. You are protected. The attacks that once formed against you are powerless now. God surrounded your house with light, your name with divine favor, and your heart with healing energy. The same Archangel Michael who fought ancient battles stands at your door right now, not with a sword of vengeance, but with a shield of mercy. He is guarding your next steps. He is whispering, "Do not be afraid to step forward. The truth is now on your side." There is also someone else involved, a witness to the confession, who will reach out to you in divine timing. They may appear unexpectedly, through a message, a dream, or a situation that feels too precise to be coincidence. They are being guided to you. God placed compassion in their heart for you because they will help confirm what heaven has already declared. Your story is about to change. Every time you hesitated to believe in your worth, heaven counted those tears as prayers. Every time you said, "God, why me?" the angels responded, "Because you are chosen. You were never meant to walk an ordinary path. That is why your battles have been so unusual, your delays so confusing, and your emotions so intense. You are chosen to reveal divine truth to others through your resilience. In the next 30 minutes, heaven says you will feel a sudden shift. Maybe peace will wash over you, or you might cry unexpectedly. That is your soul releasing what was never meant to stay. That's Archangel Michael wiping your tears and saying, "Now you understand why I cried." His tears are sacred. They fall not from sorrow alone but from compassion, from love that refuses to abandon you. God says the reason this message reached you now is because your name was spoken in heaven's council this very day. The heavenly records were reviewed, and your patience was recognized. Your silent endurance touched the throne of God. So this urgent message comes as confirmation: divine justice is in motion. Every delay, every unfair situation, every lie spread about you will now be reversed. Heaven's timing is perfect, even when it feels late. God is urging you, stay in prayer. Do not panic about what is being exposed. When truth comes to light, chaos often follows, but only for a moment. What seems like destruction will quickly become liberation. When you see relationships shift or people distance themselves, understand that heaven is rearranging your circle for your protection. Trust the separation. The confession made about you is not the end of someone, it's the beginning of your rebirth. Their words released what was blocking your destiny. You may never hear their full confession with your ears, but your life will reflect its effects. Suddenly doors will open that once stayed shut. Money owed to you will return unexpectedly. People who once ignored you will reach out with apologies or offers. This is the physical manifestation of a spiritual truth: God has cleared your name. Archangel Michael says, your soul contract is renewing. The old version of you, the one who doubted, the one who feared, is gone. The new you is rising in divine authority. Heaven calls you a warrior of light. And every tear you shed was never wasted, they watered the seeds of your next miracle. As you read these words, feel heaven's energy surrounding you. There is warmth on your shoulders, a tingling on your skin, or a sense of calm in your chest. That is the confirmation. You are being touched by divine presence. Breathe deeply. Say quietly, I receive it. You are aligning with heaven now. God whispers, you will not be the same after this. What was hidden has been revealed. What was taken will be returned. What was broken will be restored. He promises that within days, a significant sign will arrive, something impossible to ignore. It may be a message from someone you least expect, or a miracle of timing that makes you say, only God could have done this. Archangel Michael's tears are drying now because he sees you listening. He feels your heart opening. The more you trust, the faster the divine current moves through your life. Heaven operates on faith, not fear. So let go of worry about what others think, let go of regret about what could have been. Everything is unfolding exactly as heaven planned. God says to you, my child, you are safe. Nothing will go wrong with you. I am with you in the unseen. Even when you feel alone, I am guiding the hands that protect you, the people who favor you, and the opportunities that find you. I have not forgotten you. The next few hours are sacred. Spend them in reflection, not fear. Light a candle, speak softly to God, invite Archangel Michael to sit beside you. You may feel an invisible presence, comforting and protective. That's him. Tell him you are ready now, that you won't skip him again, that you accept the truth, the lesson, and the blessing. When you do this, energy will shift dramatically. You are safe. You are loved. And the miracle has already begun. God says, my child, listen carefully, for the winds are whispering your name right now. Heaven is moving, the clock of divine timing is ticking, and there are only 30 minutes left before something sacred unfolds. Archangel Michael stands beside you, tears in his eyes, his sword trembling with light, because you keep ignoring his signs. He has tried again and again to get your attention through dreams, sudden thoughts, repeated numbers, chills on your skin, and divine coincidences that were not accidents. You kept saying, maybe later, maybe tomorrow. But heaven says, no more delays. This message has been written in the light for you. The heavens see you. Every tear, every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, none of it was wasted. There is a reason you were led to this exact moment, at this exact time. God says, do not be afraid of what is being revealed now. For I am with you. Even though Archangel Michael weeps now, he does so because he loves you deeply. He has fought battles you never saw, protected you from dangers that were meant to destroy your spirit, and now he is pleading with you, do not turn away this time. Something divine is trying to reach you. A confession has been made. Someone, somewhere, has spoken words about you that are about to change everything you thought you knew. You have been wondering why your heart has felt heavy lately, why you keep sensing that something important is being hidden from you. God says, the truth always rises, and today, it is rising for you. The person who confessed something about you could no longer live in the darkness of guilt. Their heart broke under the weight of what they did or what they knew. And heaven has heard it. What they said will shift your path forever, but not to destroy you, it is to release you. Because what has been hidden in shadows must come into the light for your healing to begin. You are not alone. God has dispatched angels all around you, angels of comfort, angels of protection, angels of revelation. They are making sure you will not collapse under the emotional wave that is about to arrive. This confession will test your strength, but it will also prove how resilient your soul truly is. You will never be the same after you hear it, but that's the purpose. God is transforming you through this. This is not punishment, it is purification. Michael cries because he knows it will hurt at first, but he also knows that this pain will become your power. My child, heaven says there is still time, 30 minutes of divine mercy left before something irreversible shifts in the spirit realm. That is why you were guided here. It is not coincidence that you're reading these words. You could have scrolled past, ignored it again, but something in your soul stopped you. That was Michael holding your heart still for one sacred second. That was the divine saying, don't skip this again. Because skipping this message means skipping your destiny. And heaven refuses to let that happen anymore. The person who confessed spoke in tears. They admitted that they wronged you. They said they hid something from you because they feared losing your love. They were ashamed, trapped between pride and guilt. And now the truth has reached heaven's ears, and heaven is sending it back to you wrapped in light. You may not hear their voice directly yet, but you will feel the vibration of truth when it reaches you. It will come through a message, a sign, or a sudden knowing. God says, do not react in anger. Listen with the heart I gave you. Forgive when the time comes. But first, understand what I am revealing. You are protected. God repeats, you are safe. Even though Archangel Michael is crying, his tears are not of defeat, they are of love. He cannot bear to see you doubt your worth. He cannot bear to see you living in confusion when the heavens already wrote your deliverance. He has been trying to show you glimpses of what is coming, the feathers you find, the songs that repeat, the numbers that follow you everywhere. These are not random. They are coded messages from the divine realm. Heaven says, trust the process. The person who confessed has been tormented by their secret. For nights, they couldn't sleep.